All right. All right. So what site do you got in the? So did you start a project yet, or?
I did, but I think I feel like I didn't save it when I switched computers here
Okay.
because I logged in to try to find. I wasn't very far with it, so it's not a big deal. But now I guess one other thing, this I tried to enter in the parcel number off of the auditor's page.
Mm-hmm.
It could not locate that parcel number.
Okay.
And it doesn't have any address assigned to it. Is
Okay.
it crucial to have that parcel, or can you just use the one next to it for the time being?
Yeah, I can show you. We can kind of cover it. Do you have the soil test? You could email
I
it to
did.
me.
Yeah, I could email it to you.
Cool. That way I can pull it up. We could just kind of go through it.
Yep.
So how many installs you guys do in a year?
Probably 20, 25 roughly.
That's cool. What do you guys
Yeah.
mostly do put in?
It's all over the place. We just started doing some Elgins,
Okay.
a lot of sand mounds, a lot of NPDSs,
Yeah.
and then couple Anua, the peat boxes.
Okay.
We do a few of those a year,
Okay.
but I would say mostly sand mounds and NPDSs are the bulk of them.
Okay. And you guys are which counties, kind of?
Lorain, Erie,
That's right.
Huron, Cuyahoga.
Yeah, that's right. Have you guys done any sprays yet?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we've
cool.
done some sprays. It was like a couple years ago. They were real popular. We were doing a bunch of them, and then we probably did what? I don't know if we did a couple last year.
2 or 3 last year.
Yeah.
Mm.
They're definitely my favorite to do. Easiest.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Same thing.
What is your email?
It's carl@landplan.io, CARL@landplan.io.
I just sent the soils over to you.
Okay. Yeah, so while that's kind of coming in, I'll just go over the soil tests in general. So a lot of times I'll look up the code OAC 3701-29, and this will pop up typically, and I'll click on that, and you can expand all the stuff. So a lot of times what I'll do is, because I fit stuff too, I'll just hit Control F, and that will let me like search through this whole web page, and I'll do like loading rates, and you can just keep going through it until you find these tables. Yeah, these tables here.
Okay.
They're in section 15, and it's just a lookup based on the horizons and stuff, and I'll go over it. Let me see if I think I got the soil test. Yeah. All right. All right, so you can see the soil test, everything like that.
Yep.
Okay. So for here, these are individual tests that they did, this whole page, and then these here are soil profiles here along this. They call them horizons too. So here's the depths, 0 to 3 inches. And what you want to check out is this living condition table down here. So you can see they got this 3-inch to a perch seasonal water. So that's kind of just limiting condition. and you're going to come up here to the soil horizon, and you're going to find that where that soil horizon is. So 0 to 3, that's where your good soil is, and you got a class of loam. So it's basically this class, grade, and type, and then we'll go to the so it's a little confusing, but the class is the texture here. So
Okay.
if we go to loam for L, you can match it up. We got the class here is loam, and that's texture here. So loam, and we're in this section here, and then we're going to look up the shape, which is the type here. Confusing. So the shape, and that's granular. So you look up the GR right here. So loam GR, and then you'll check out the grade. So we'll go back here. The grade is 2.
Okay.
And then we'll come over here. So loam, granular, graded, and then we're going to look at our depth or our slope first. These are broken down in a column of like slopes. So we'll check the slope, 2 to 3%. So we're in this second here, and then we're not even, it says 8 to 12. We're not even hitting that. So we're going to be this first value here, 3.3. So that's
Okay.
this is what's called hydraulic linear loading rate, or whatever. Some people just call it that. So, and then your infiltrative loading rate is the other one. So you got 2 loading rates, your hydraulic linear loading rate and your soil infiltration loading rate, or infiltrative loading rate. So we'll follow this over again. We got loam, granular, a 2. So we're at 0.6 or 0.8. So what this means is greater than 25 milligrams per liter BOD. That just means you got septic tank effluent, and this is pre-treated effluent that's approved for a BOD credit.
Okay.
Is that all track?
Yep.
All right, we got a loading hydraulic linear loading rate 3.3 and a 0.6 and a 0.8. So I'll come back to new stick, go to my projects. I'll pull this one up. So I'll do this. So I'll typically, so we can enter coordinates, or so you could enter these coordinates in, and that would also get you to the site. So let me try it. I'll go to new map from project. So you can do address, coordinates. This is in degrees, minutes, seconds. So I'll do 81, 58. Just copy this one here. So latitude 81, 58, and paste this one in. I should paste it in something different. 14.363. And 41.25. 4.979. So you check, make sure it should have north and west, and that's kind of what you got here. Oh shoot, I did backwards. I put the
Okay.
longitude in the latitude spot. 41.25. 81. Three, 6, 3. And then you can click this search this coordinate, and that should get you to a parcel here. So this.
Yeah, so that's the one we did the other day too, or a little bit ago, and it come up with the wrong parcel.
Okay, we can check it out.
Okay.
So I'll correct anything on here. So does it have an address yet?
It does not. No, the address they put on here is the parcel south of.
Okay, I typically will put just in this. I'll just put south of, and I'll
31680.
31680. 31680.
Mills Road. Yep.
So I'll do something like that. Is this the parcel ID? Do we have that on here?
That does not match the one I pulled up on the auditor's page.
2204.
Oh, wait. That one is
07000. Last digits,
Yeah.
2120.
I think that one is correct.
Okay.
2204 should be correct.
2204.
Okay, yeah. But when I put that parcel in, I couldn't get anything come up.
Okay. Let me see. Is it a new one at all, or?
Yeah, they did do a split on it.
Okay, we might not have the most up-to-date data, so I'll show you
Does
how.
that really matter?
Well, I'll show you how we can
Okay.
get it aligned up. So let's do a septic design, and then here's where you would enter the bedrooms. So like
That is correct. 3 bedrooms.
okay, and here's where we would put that 3.3 in there,
Okay.
and then a 0.6 and a 0.8.
Now that slope, do you go off the top where it says 2 to 3 underneath the
Yeah,
slope?
you can do that.
Okay.
It's this number is not too important, but you can do
Okay.
that. And then we'll do our limiting condition, set this equal to 3, and then proceed. So yeah.
So the rest of those numbers don't really matter.
Which numbers are that?
The ones it was asking for there.
Oh yeah, you can leave all that A, because typically,
okay.
yeah, I'll just put the most limiting layer, limiting soil profile in there. So
Okay.
you can just leave that. So yeah, we got yeah, they combined one of these, huh? So a lot of time. Oh, go ahead.
Parcel you're showing is correct.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that is right.
this should be the point where they took the soil. I just put in the GPS here.
Yeah,
that
that's
they
right.
took. Sometimes it's inaccurate, but
Nope, you're correct.
okay, cool. So we got soil site A and soil site C and B. Okay. So what I'll typically do is I'll pull up the soil tools and I'll pull up this little tab here. And then here is that soil test we entered, and you can edit it, and you could relabel this like soil site A just so it matches up with their stuff. And what I'm going to do is just copy this, click this copy button. I'm going to do soil site B.
Okay.
Copy that.
And you're doing that because the limiting layer is the same between the two. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, you can check. Well, you can check out this one and edit this if it's different, but it looks pretty much the same here. So
yeah,
this one
to GR shape class L, so that's the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks the same. But now I can move this one. So I'm going to click the move on and the edit tools.
Okay.
And click that. And I'm just going to move this down. So yeah, their test, their parcel is looking a little different. We can turn on the aerial photo too, and the base maps. You can do this one. There's 2 aerials, so you can put this one on. It's a little bit sort of load, so yeah.
Yeah, so yours that you have pulled up there is missing the split.
Okay.
There's a
So
split. Can you see my mouse or no?
no. Oh, I can see
Okay.
this here. Like
You can
it
see it
looks
up
like,
here.
yeah. So you know what I can do, and I'll show you this kind of maybe a little more advanced, but um, we can take a little snip of this using the snipping tool.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take an image of this, save this. I tend to go pretty fast here, so if I'm
You're good.
testing, so stop me if I'm going too fast. So we have this geo referencing tool and the basic tool set. So I can click that, select the image I just did, and I'm going to go to designs, to site. So let's upload this. So looks like they even, it's a little bit less wide, that one, huh?
Correct. Yep.
All right.
And I think that's the most recent split because that field to the west there on your left,
Mm-hmm.
that was all part of it originally.
Oh, it's
No, up
right.
there a little. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to come down here and put a point on this by clicking once, and I'm going to come over here, put a point, click once. Then I'm going to come up here, click up here. So obviously, you know, this is not as accurate as we probably want, but you can take measurements out on the field, and this will kind of just get us going.
Okay.
So I geo-referenced the soil test, so now it's showing on top of my map. And what I'm going to do is click this parcel draw tool, and I'm going to choose what to snap to. So we have these snap options in the edit tools. So if you select a tool and then you click on the snap options, it's going to let you pick what you want to snap to. So I'm going to select parcel lines, snap to that, and save it. So now I'm going to come over here and just snaps right to that parcel line. And I'm just going to sketch out this new parcel. I'm just drawing over that blue boundary. Double click to finish, or you can click that finish editing button. And now I'm going to right click over top of this, commit parcel, remove the old one, and then click commit. So this will do us a new part layer as our background. So it'll give us a new, with every parcel we do 10-foot and a 50-foot buffer. You can turn these off over here.
Okay.
You can right click over the layer and reduce the visibility of it. So oh, okay, that's why it's not. I was like, why is that not reducing that? Because we have that image over top of it. So the visibility here is,
Gotcha.
you could set that so your contours pop a little bit better.
Okay.
So turn on the soil map. I'm just gonna move some of the soil tests where they're going. And then we got, what are these stakes here?
I feel like that's what they put in during the soil test. So the customer told me that where they put those stakes in is like right in line with where they wanted the house to go.
Okay.
They really would like us to try to squeeze the system in near that soil site B location.
Okay.
Is what their ideal
Okay.
thought was.
I'm going to go ahead and just finish this up. Move soil site. I just copied soil site C, put that up there.
Okay.
And so now we got to sketch the house. Where's the house going?
Basically, you could put a driveway in from, yeah, right about there, over in front of the stakes. Yep. Straight back, and then the house is going roughly where those stakes are.
Okay. House is going roughly where the stakes are. All right, so we got our septic tool set. We have a couple tools to do buildings. We got our building with flow, an auxiliary building that just has no flow rate associated with it. So I'm going to select building with flow. And we have these snap guides here you can click on for any tool. And what they'll do is once you click twice, it'll let you snap to a 90-degree angle. So you can draw a building pretty nice. Double click to finish. So here we got our building. It's 60 by 58, 58 by 60, roughly 60 by 60. If you wanted to do that, a little better. So I'll just use this tool here and just drag a box around around something or on top of something, and it'll select it. Then you can hit the delete key, the keyboard, or this delete feature. So I'm going to delete that. And let's say I want to do a building. And I'm sorry, do you guys have time for this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure because you just asked me to go over souls, and I just started going.
Take in anything you can give us. So.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm just happy you guys signed up and stuff. So appreciate you. And so I'm gonna hit the 1 point and hit the tab key on your keyboard. This distance and azimuth will come up. So what I do here is I'm just going to focus my cursor by clicking in the distance, and I'm take my hand off the mouse, and I'm just going to work on the keyboard. So I'm going to hit backspace or delete on Apple, and I'm going to type in the distance. So let's say I want a 60 by 50 foot building. I'm going to do 60, and then I hit the tab key. If you hold shift and tab, it goes back. So tab goes forward, shift and tab goes back. I go tab over, and I'm going to do 90 degrees because that's directly to the east. So it's on a 360 degree. So 0's at the top, 90's at the right, 180's at bottom, 270's directly west. So keep hitting tab until you get to this add point, and I'm going to click enter. So that's going to put up a 60-foot out point, and then I'm going to type in 50, and I'm going to do that 180 degrees going down, hit enter, and then shift and tab, go back. I'm going to do 60 again, and this time I'm going to tab over 270, and I'm going to tab add point and finish draw. So that way you can draw anything, accurate. If you get a building plan from the builder, and you can impress them by doing a super accurate building drawing.
Okay.
So I'm going to set this and click the move, and we can move this kind of center here. And then we can do our driveway hardscape tool. Snap to the building. Like I said, you can snap anything as long as you just kind of pick your tool, start clicking, and so we got our driveway, and then we could come down here and check it out. I'll turn off this so we can see a contour. So it looks like there's some sort of ditch running through here, maybe, or like a.
Yep. It's like just a swale kind of depression.
It's like a depression here, and then we could do something along this contour, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So we got this check system options button up here. So you entered the soil, I should say, let me close this and show you. So all the features that we draw, we have like proper with them. So this building with flow will have a number of bedrooms, and you can change that here, and it'll change your flow rate here. So your daily design flow is kind of tallied up. You put
Okay.
multiple buildings on the site, and it will just keep tallying it. Like you could have an in-law suite with 1 bedroom of flow that you could that would total up to like 4. So that's how that works.
Okay.
And let's see. So yeah, check system options. What this will do is check your soil report, and it will check your flow rate, and it should give you like an estimated length on contour.
That is awesome.
Here is showing like 360 gallons per day for a mounted leaching system. You're looking at 109.1. You can round up, and then fill you're going to need is 15 inches pressure time dosing.
That
So
is sweet.
cool, man. Yeah, we are working on this new template system. You can try it out too. You click this design system, and it'll give you step by step what you need to do to complete a design, and you
Okay.
can kind of minimize it, move it around. But so it's telling me I need a building with flow. Already did that. It's checked, and then it's saying you can do a sewer main now. So what we could do is where the sewer main is going to exit.
It's a barn dominium, so it could be anywhere really. If we just go
Okay,
out the back, that's
lab.
fine.
Okay. All right, so I'll click this create sewer main, and it's telling me draw the sewer main on the map by clicking start point at the building with flow and edge, and double click so if I come along this building, it's going to snap to that. I'm just going to click once and then double click here. So that gave me my sewer main. With the sewer main, like all this stuff, we have different properties over here on the left. So we got the pipe length. You could round this up or something. And then we have like pricing, and then we have our pipe elevations as well. So according to this, we took a latitude, longitude here, and got the elevation from our elevation model at New Septic, and we got this elevation above sea level. Double click when we finished it, and we got this end elevation, and we're estimating the invert to be whatever we set on the building.
Okay.
So if I select the building with flow, you can see over here it defaults to 2 foot below grade for your
Okay.
sewer exit. So you can change that if you want. But
Then it's already got the slope built in. Yeah.
yeah, it calculates a 1% slope on. So this actually would be your invert. So this is just 2 foot lower than your at grade. So if you knew, like, say you knew it's going to be elevated or something, they're going to bring in fill, you could change these numbers here. But let's say, since it's a slab, let's just say it's going out at 715, because it's like 715.97 foot above sea level, and then we got 715 for the pipe invert. So that it's pretty much right at grade almost, so.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's telling us we need tanks. So we got a couple options. You can choose single tanks with these buttons here, or you can do use the treatment train tool. So I'll click that, and then it's telling me click on the map at a point where you want to place the tanks, and you just click at the end of the sewer main here. So I have all the treatment trains stored in my system here. We're going to work on like being a little better about community sharing these treatment trains, but you can build your own. So what you can do is you can build treatment trains that you commonly install, and then you can save them. So you can just kind of add a bunch of tanks to the map real quick. So let's go to treatment train. What type of tanks are you going to use for this?
It would probably be like a 960 singular Mac.
Okay, so let's do advanced
So,
yeah.
question on that. Would
Mhm.
it tell you, like, obviously we know the flow rate is this thing's small enough that we could size it to a 960, but
Yeah,
if I tried to, like, if it was a higher flow rate, would it tell you that you can't use that you need to go to a bigger tank? Or
it will size the treatment tank for you, and you
okay,
can override that, but I'll show you. So
okay,
you click pre-treatment tank, and then you're gonna start typing in singular, and then you can choose what, if you're just doing it for the aerator and you don't need the different things for spray. So we try and
Mhm.
gauge the treatment level. This is a little outdated because you need a UV now, I think, for 1 foot depth credit. So
Okay.
did you know that?
I didn't, but majority of them we do. They all have them, so
Okay.
I can't tell you one we've done that hasn't had it. Honestly,
Hasn't had a UV. Okay.
right?
Yeah. So if you're going to get a 1 foot depth credit, is that what you're going for with AT or UV or the singular?
Uh, Probably. And like I said, I'm not real
Do
familiar
you
with
know, do you know
what
the,
it's
yeah.
or what it needs to be.
So
It's just
So when we showed you that, when we went and clicked on that get system options, you know how it said you need 15 inches of, oh, okay. So this is the problem with Lorain. So Lorain County requires UV if it's less than like whatever 6 inches of soil.
okay.
So that's how they do it here. So we'll click on this one here. So this is pulls up this checklist. It'll size. That's what I was saying. It will size the system for you, but you
Okay.
can view all the options for the singular down
Okay.
here. But it's asking you if you want concrete or plastic.
Yeah, this would be a concrete one.
So you can select all the components you want to add,
Okay.
and then just click add, and it will put those here. And then we'll do a dose tank now. Just add a dose tank. So it's telling us we need a minimum of 1,000 gallons dose tank. So you could start typing in MAC. Okay, first up here, and then click the 1,000 gallon dose tank.
Mhm.
And then we would, so here's where we could save this. You could click this diskette icon, and then you could do like MAC 3 BR, Mound or something like that. But you save that there, and then it would pop up in your list here. So
Okay.
I'm just going to click draw, and that's going to add those to the map. So I'm going to select these and move them around. Yeah, you can zoom way in and stuff. I'll typically use a mouse, and with a little wheel on it. So you can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. And then if you just click and hold it, you can move around, left click and hold, pan around the map that way.
Okay.
All right, so let's find a 110-foot length on contour over here. So I'm going to turn off this 50-foot buffer there, parcel buffer. So I'm going to get the trench tool out, and maybe we could go just kind of right here, maybe right along the tree line or something.
Okay.
Where are you guys thinking? Or maybe
Yeah,
like,
that'd be fine. No, that'd be great.
okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start over here closest to this ditch here.
Okay.
All right, so
What did we need? 100 and
110, 109 point something, but I'm just going to
oh
do
no, there's plenty of room then.
110 roughly. So it doesn't really matter if you get it super accurate, but you can just delete the rounding over there. Now, once you,
Question for drawing on contour, does it matter if you're on the uphill or downhill side of the contour? Like where that
no,
contour line is? Okay.
no, it doesn't matter. So anything that you draw on the map, as long as you have the tool selected, you should be able to hover over it and see this blue dot and then you can just click and pull that, and then you can
Oh,
edit
okay.
this stuff. So that's how you
Sure.
edit stuff you draw. So kind of close there. All right, so it's telling me right now that, okay, we drew our trench, and I didn't use this for that, but you can click this generate mound system. Oh, so
Sweet.
we actually are still working on this template system. We're calling this the template system, but we're still working on it. But I'm going to go ahead and delete that because it's supposed to bring up a form. So I'll show you. Yeah. All right. So I'll just draw it, and you know how easy it is to like delete and if you mess up or something. So this button here, this create contour system form, you click that. And so all these forms here, what you're seeing is links to create to specific forms to build each one of these systems. So we got mound system, leaching trench, low pressure pipe, drip, infiltrator, ATLs, and AES pipe. So we click on this mounded leaching system. So it's going to load up the form. This is a multi-tabbed form up top. All these forms are the same. We call it our contour systems forms. And all these systems have the same common thing that they have to be installed on a contour line. So you can tab through here and hit the side profile. You can pick what type of media you want in here. Like, I don't know if you guys use gravel and pipe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's showing 15 inches of sand underneath of our trench layer, and we got
And that's pre-calculated based on the soils.
yeah.
Okay.
So if you check the soil tab, it's showing us that we have required vertical separation of 18 inches. So what they call that is like the point of dispersal, which is the bottom of the gravel. The water goes down. You need 18 inches of vertical separation from the limiting condition.
Okay.
So because we had 3, we're going to add 15, and that'll make up the 18. So
18. Okay.
So we'll go to overhead view, and everything looks pretty good. You shouldn't have to change too much on this. So, and it's showing our downslope width 7.7, upslope 6.82, and then our center trench is 3.3 foot wide. So I'll go ahead and click draw, and that draws that out. So here, also what the software will do, determine downslope and upslope, and it'll draw it like accurately to the. So if you come over here and click on, if you ever mess up on a tool, you can hit the escape key, and that will clear out the tool.
Okay.
So we got our center trench 3.3, our 7.7 downslope width. So we're all good, and we'll go ahead and. So yeah, we'll have to come over here on the high slope side. I'm not really too. Oh shoot, they're gonna require a curtain drain, I think. I think so, aren't they?
Most likely, yeah.
So I'm gonna do that
At
again.
least on that upslope side.
On the upslope side, okay. So I'll show you how to do that. So just gonna come in here, 110 foot. Do that, and then I'm going to go to site drainage, and I'm going to go to.
Just do an interceptor
Oh,
side. Or
yeah.
how do you know? I guess you don't really know, do you?
What's that?
If you
If it's curtain or
need it.
inner. Yeah, I don't know. I think they require curtain drain around these sites, so we'll try that. All right, so I'll draw that again. So that'll draw your curtain drain around there.
Okay.
And then we can, so the whole the goal of this is to get a nice looking map, you know, and get a report too with all the calculations and stuff. And we got our print view to go get a nice printable map, and we also have our calculator, which does the port. So these are the two buttons. In the end, you'll be click get somewhere. So if I click on the calculator to run the report, it's going to look at everything I drew, and it's going to say, hey, you need a forced main to connect all this up. That's what we consider like a pump line or a transport pipe or whatever.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you can just click OK, come over to the pipe tools and click force main, and we'll start at the dose tank. And I'm just zooming out with the mouse wheel and panning over as I'm drawing, so you can do that. All right, so I'll just click up here, double click to finish, and you know how you can move this wherever. Like if you wanted to put this close to or even into that trench, I don't think they, I don't think that's a problem. I'm sure, but so that's that. All right, so I'm going to go through styling on the map. I'm going to go to print view. It's loading up. So we default these labels with all the products and stuff. This is the print view. We default title to whatever you typed in those main forms on the top.
Okay.
You can do portrait or landscape. This one we probably want to do portrait. And what you're seeing here is the, you know, what the page is going to look like. So we got your scale down here, your north arrow, your legend, title at the top, and you can zoom in with the mouse wheel till you're happy that you can set all these labels. So the way to set these labels, and this is probably the biggest pain in the ass in the software with any mapping that you do, is doing labels. So all I did was click on this feature, and it's going to pop up with this labeling wheel. You can set the X and Y offset of the label itself. You can see I'm kind of set that there. Yeah, move it around. You can align it to the left or right. So you can typically I'll align this just to where it looks pretty good, and I'll rename some of this. Like I'll just say like with UV light or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll come over to the UV light and I'll actually turn that off. It's just kind of one label there.
Yeah, that way that's not redundant.
Yeah, so you can increase the font size. You can do a white background it to kind of make it pop a little bit. So these are kind of little things you can do. And I'll just go through and style this real quick. Yeah, we just kind of had a meeting about this and how this is kind of still a pain in the ass, and we're going to try and make it easier. So this 265, I usually just kind of round up a little bit with the force main because of the piping in the tank.
Right.
So these labels are a little jumbled up. So what you can do if you don't see all these, you can click this feature labels and it'll be everything that's labeled on the map in one big list, and you can just start kind of going through and turning some of these down, or you can just start clicking here. So this is probably one I'll keep. It's got the main mound dimensions. Put this up top. And so here we got a 340 foot curtain drain.
Yeah, I would do like unit one. That way,
Did I talk to you on the phone call? a while ago.
Possibly. We met you at I forget what, we were at a CE class or something when we met you
Oh,
originally,
I
and
thought I
that's when we
remembered.
signed.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just kind of shutting some of these down. All right. So I got a pretty good laid out map here. The only thing I would probably do is a water well or something on here. Is there city water?
Oh, okay. Yeah, there is.
So let's do that. So I'm going to save the map styles. And a lot of this is kind of jumping back between the map view and the print view. So just click that
Right.
print icon. And there's a water well feature down here. Click that on the map, hit escape, and then you can do right click over top. So anything you can put a buffer around, if you just right click over top of it, select it in the list and do create buffer.
Okay.
And some of them have like a smart label, like the water well will generate like some stuff in here. So you just generate this 50-foot buffer there.
Okay.
I typically try and do that just to, they'll probably request it or something. So it's a new build. So we also need a replacement area, right?
Okay.
So what you can do is right click over this thing, this bed, click that and copy. And we're going to paste this into a replacement area.
Okay.
So, and this is just a generic feature just to show that here's what it looks like. So we could just kind of slide that down there.
And since we're within that 10-foot boundary line, that would work there.
Yeah, yep. This is the 10-foot. So
Yep.
this is really all we need to do a septic design. Some counties are like want a benchmark. So we do have this elevation tool that you can click on the map and then you can select a type of
What the
like a,
bench? Yeah.
yeah, so like a benchmark. You could just put like top of stake or something. They're never going to check it. So we got that on the map too. And then if you come over to print view, let's do the map. We should have saved labeling. Yep. So we got a couple new features. I'll just style those up. Hey, you're going to get a design plan out of this, huh? It's pretty cool. So I like to not waste time. So that's good.
No, this is awesome.
Cool, man.
We were trying. So originally, when we signed up with you, we had so many as-built that were just like napkin scratches that we owe to the health departments.
Oh, yeah.
And we were trying to just freshen them up and make them look nicer. And we haven't even gotten into that yet.
Yeah.
We're so far behind.
Yeah, I bet, man. Everyone's kind of getting bogged down with work, you know.
Right. Is that even really justifiable to do, to try and draw an as-built without drawing like a whole new design on here? Or?
No, you can do it. I mean, just, you know, it'd be tedious and stuff, I think maybe.
Right.
I think you could.
My hope is that we can start doing our own designs like this and then design it per plan and turn this in as your as-built, basically.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. One of the things we haven't added yet is the Elgin system. So, and we don't have the Peat mods in here, but I can show you how you can do some workarounds and stuff if you get to that point, because we are trying to enter the stuff in, and we're trying to keep up with all these products and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, I mean this is fine for now. I guess if we get into something that's not in here, I would let you know. But
yeah,
if we can do NPDSs and sand mounds, like I think we'll be fine. Really
cool. Yeah, those are pretty good about. So we got our benchmark, got all our stuff labeled here, and next you can go into the legend and pick what you want. The only thing I really kind of turn off is this 5-foot buffer because it pops up there on accident. It shouldn't be there. Got that. Oh shoot, we didn't really put a discharge onto the curtain drain. So
yeah.
Let me do this here.
That could probably go right into that little creek depression there.
Yeah, you could do something real shallow, like a 12-foot depth. So let's do a distribution main here. I'll kind of share a couple of resources too that are pretty good. So we got a distribution pipe. All right, so go back here. And these preset scales here is probably what you're going to want to use. You can just click on them and it'll readjust the scale.
Yeah, that works good.
Cool. All right, let's do curtain drain outlet. I'll just put like daylight to swale. All right, so this one I'm gonna do. Let's do the
Brandon
curtain.
just brought up a good question here. As you're going along, does this automatically save or no?
So it does. It saves to your browser, but if you hit the saved icon or Control S on the keyboard, it will save to the server.
Okay.
I just had a so recommend saving it quite often if you can.
Okay.
So, all right. I think this looks pretty good. I'm just gonna maybe put it 1 inch equals 60. That way
It's got everything.
Yeah, it's got the full lot and stuff. And
yeah.
Move this label down. All right. So go back to print and I'm gonna this off. We got a PDF of it here. And now I'm gonna go back to menu, the print map view. And now we're gonna hit the calculator. So calculator is the report mechanism. Click on that. And it takes everything we drew, it's going to put it into a form that's the same across all the systems. It's got multiple tabs. You go through and fix up anything. I'll show you how to do that. So actually, let me go back and set. You can close that anytime. So do the select button, select tool, and I'm just going to click on the dose tank, and I'm going to select time dosing. And then come down here and we can set doses per day at like 4 or 5. So you can set that here. I'll probably just do 4. And then what kind of force main do you want? 2 inch? Probably.
Yeah, that's most common.
I think it defaults to 2. So click the report again on the gears icon. So it's telling us we got a mounted leaching system. It's just kind of determining that from what we drew on the map. Click on system options. All these are the same across all the system types, so you can get used to this form. So we got our distribution area. We got our trench, 110-foot trench, gravel. We got our elevations. So remember when we did that sewer main, we got our elevations here. So you can scroll down and just kind of continue on the flow. So we had 715 foot, and then with a 38-foot. So the way it's calculated, just to get an idea, 38 foot divided by 8 is 4.75 inches of fall. So 8, that's 1/8 of an inch per foot. So we got divided by 12 is 0.4 roughly. So here's our invert of our tank. Our first tank, we're going down roughly 0.4. So you can lower this down if you want, and it will change the outlet and the bottom. So that's how it works. So the inlet is kind of like we watch it for any changes, and then we'll make the updates to the outlet and the bottom tank. You have all your product dimensions on the right here. So your tank widths and lengths and all that stuff. So you can come over here, click on the outlet and copy it, right click, copy, and then you could paste it in here. But it looks like, yeah, typically that's what I'll do is I'll just paste it in here and reduce it by a bit. And these are pretty much level. What's that?
You're just saying for your fall between the two tanks?
Yeah, so it's going in order of the tanks. So we got your Norweco, we got the AT 1500 UV8, and then we can copy this outlet of the UV light and go down to the dose tank and paste it in to here and reduce this by a little bit, just and then that should change that. So we got our at grade at the mound, we got our top of estimation. So here's the estimated top of pipe. Go to True Network. You can go through this. We have the ability to zone, include valves and stuff, and this is a zone-based, calculating. So we generate zones. This is a one-zone system. We got 2 laterals and 55-foot laterals, and here's all the diagnostics of it. We got our flow rate, our vent flow loss from first to last orifice. We got friction loss and our velocity here. So here's our spacing. We got 2-foot spacing. Like for this one, I probably would reduce it to 1/8 holes, and that's just to reduce the pump size.
Okay.
But so any change you make in the pressure network, this icon's going to appear and it's going to say the pump needs updated. You've changed the pressure network. Click here to update. So anytime you make updates, just click that when you're done, and we'll go over that. So let's click on force main. I think I had 268 on the map, so I'm going to update that. Add some fittings. 3 to get out of the tank, a T at the mound, and a quick disconnect, and save that. So now I'm ready to go to the pump. On the pump, so it's going to pick a pump for me. Pick this CP4 Champion pump. If you want a different pump, you can click this icon or that one, change pump button, and it'll bring up a bunch of pumps that are also viable for this application, all the pump curves and stuff.
Okay.
Do you guys, I think Mac is using Champions, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, so you could just X out of that. We got your time dosing section here, and this is all your timer calculations for your dose. Mac typically does a 2 floats setting, I think, but you change it to 3 and 4 float settings. You set the if you want the pump intake merged or the full pump submergence. I think you can just pump intake on the default. So here we go to, I'm going to skip over costs because you can mess around with that if you want. This will generate a cost estimate. But so report pages, you can use these templates or you can use the auto draw. We got a couple templates for some of the systems. And I'm going to attach the PDF that we generated for the map. And this will upload and give it a second. So this will just throw it at the end of the report. So report's always the same. We got title page, highlight profile, your cross section if we have one, and doing details, calculations page. So it's pretty standard for all the different system types and stuff. So let's see, we got okay, our map loaded, so I'll just call it like layout map. And then we click this generate report. So this will put everything together with your title page with like standard construction notes for a mound system, materials estimate. We try and do like calculate the sand, aggregate and stuff too.
Okay.
So here we got constructions that are specific to a mound. You can change those. I can show you where to change those, but plan contents. We got our materials estimate here. Yeah, so we got 111 yards of concrete sand, 12 tons of gravel, 41 cubic yards of topsoil. All right, so this is our hydraulic profile page. The way it works is we got 3 different graphs, all have the same elevation as the y-axis. So you're seeing here the building sewer elevations. We got the pipe coming out of the building. Then we move to, and the x-axis down here is 0, as the distance from the building. So we got 0 at the building. Come down to tanks, we got your dig footprint here from 38 foot over to 60.
Okay.
And we got the inlets. We just show the inlets of the tanks and the components right there. So, and then we got your mound elevation footprint, and all the elevations are written down in these tables too, so you can check them out. This is the template systems, kind of like a little shot of this. You can change all these too when you download it, some these values, but they're all computed from you entered. So we got our dosing details page. We got our flow rate, our dose per total gallons pumped per dose, time on, time off. We set you up with E. Down here is just your max volume of drawdown, which is your pump submergence or your pump intake submergence, and then 1 dose. So that turns on the timer at B. So the timer's on. D, we got your volume between water and activation. And then C is your reserve capacity up here. So that's how that works. We got pump information on the right, pump selection information. This is all calculations that will make your inspector happy, but really everything. So, but these are all here. You can check them out, our pressure network calculations on how to get the pump and stuff like that. And then we got the map at the bottom. So that's all you need. Download this. And what I can do is change my name to your guys' name, and then you guys I'll email you this report, and then I'll also copy of this to your projects list so you can have it in your project.
We can edit it in there.
Yeah, you can edit it in there. So let's see.
Perfect.
Mill Road.
Yeah, Mills Road.
Mill Road Mound Plan. 24. All right.
If we submitting this to the health department, the only other thing we would need to add to that plan would just be cut sheets.
Yeah, if they require them, I'm not sure. I typically send them in without them. You can go here. Let's see if this works. You should. I haven't checked out this in a while, but we should be able to get a cut sheet.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can click on the feature, and if it's a product sheet, it should pop up in one of these links here. So
awesome.
Yeah, that's it, man. I recorded this so I can send you a recording of it when it downloads and stuff. But yeah, how's that? It seemed pretty doable.
Yeah, honestly, I think it seems pretty easy once you. I was really held up on the soils. Like, yeah, I was honestly wouldn't be able to do this beyond the soils, but yeah, once you explain it, it seems pretty damn easy.
If you don't have so much yet, it's confusing stuff because it's all cryptic. But you can, like I said, you can enter all the soils in. I just don't recommend it because it's easier to go up and find these tables. And I'll send you a link to this too. That way you got this. But yeah, I'll use this a lot. If I'm trying to remember like site drainage, I'll just start typing in like, oh yeah, here's where it talks about site drainage and distances you got to be and all that. So, Yeah,
Cool.
man. All right. Well, thanks for sitting with me, and
Thank
thanks
you.
for signing
Thank
up,
you.
man. Yeah. Hey
Yeah,
guys,
appreciate it.
you guys have a great day. If you guys got any questions, anything?
No, I think we'll be good. I'll give you a little bit of time to get that moved in, and then I'll probably move some stuff around before I send it to our customer
Okay.
and go from there.
Cool. Yeah, check it out. It should be all good. We worked pretty hard to get it pretty tight. So, all right, guys. Have
Awesome.
a day, man.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Yep.
So there's a load of